The city of Springboro will be saying farewell to a longtime city employee. Hi, I'm Maureen Russell Hodson, and this is Springboro Here and There. We are here at Springboro's municipal building with Dee Dalton, who after 28 years, you're going to be retiring.
Yes, I am.
And you have lots of stories and lots of good ideas and memories to share. But before we do that, tell us how you first got started here.
Well, I started here August 13th, 1991, and it was a position they created as a helper, go around and help different departments. And Ginger Hirschback was retiring, and so she kind of took me under her wing, trained me everything she knew, and I became the water clerk.
So you were kind of a floater for a while, and
Yes.
then you started, and how many customers do you estimate we had maybe in 91?
2,700 water bills were mailed monthly.
Okay. Tell us what we do now in 2019.
Over 9,000.
Yikes.
Yes.
That's a lot. You've seen a lot of growth and development
Yes,
in
I have.
Springboro throughout your career.
Yes.
Throw out some things that really made a difference.
Oh boy, I've seen Settlers Walk grow. Dorothy Lane wasn't there, Olive Gardner Park, North Park, none of those were there. Just the changes I've seen, oh man, down here at the corner, Homer's IGA, that was a big deal when I started here. Everybody went to Homer's IGA, and now it's gone, and that's booming with new...
With Right Station now,
Yes,
yeah.
So lots of changes.
Lots of changes, but one constant is always that Dee Dalton is that friendly voice on the phone. But before, not only did you answer the phone, but you also, I think one of your favorite memories is you used to have a drive-through.
My drive-through window, that's right. It gave me that connection with the residents, and they would call, you help them. The customer service side of it, they found a friend on the other end of the phone that would help. And then they would meet you at the drive-through, and so many times that drive-through would be backed up. Everybody came through, they wanted to pay their water bill and, you know, things like that. I mean, and I miss that. We kind of lost the connection with our residents when we lost the drive-through, but yet it's still a close connection because they know they can call, and me or any of the city employees are more than willing to help if we can.
Yeah.
And
when you say lose a close connection, I can't believe that, because what's so funny is, as a relatively new employee, when I tell people, oh, I'm working for Springboro, oh, do you know Dee? And I'll say, yeah, I know Dee. How do you know Dee? Oh, she takes care of I meet her when I pay my water bill. But I think people feel like they're your friend. It's more than someone who's, and I think that's something that people are going to miss about
it.
You.
Helps knowing, since I've been here so long, they have that, just call Dee. They'll tell everybody.
Dee knows everything.
Just call Dee,
I've learned that.
and she'll help you
Yeah.
with, or send you on where you know, who can help with the city.
Because your actual duties are billing and with water, right?
Yes, but I also answer the main line, so I get all the calls, me and Melody. You get those calls, and you're the first one that answers the phone. So you hear what they have to say, and that call may be transferred to engineering, or they may need to contact the service department, but you're the very first call. So, you know, it's important that we know what it is they need and who they need to speak to.
And the customer service that you provide is outstanding. I know, because our offices are not too far from each other. I can hear her. I've learned so much just in hearing your response to questions, and I know you get some kind of off-the-wall questions once in a while.
Yes,
like
where can I rent a clown for my son's birthday? And they need help with all sorts of different things, personal things. Some things you can help with. If it's some financial aid with their water bill, of course we can go and review and do things like that. But there's a lot of things, we have a whole list of phone numbers that we'll search, and we'll find someone that they can call.
So you're providing resource information to people who are in need.
Yes, through the years we have a lot of contact information, and so we do provide. We help as much as we can.
The other thing that's amazing to me is when someone calls and gives his or her name, you know exactly, oh, you live at such an address.
I'm an address person.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. I'm more of an address. Like, I can run to Kroger and come back and say, hey, I seen, and I'll name the address. They were at Kroger. I don't know their name, but I know where they live. You know, that kind of thing. Because one reason or another, I've helped them with something, and it's just stuck. So.
Well, and that's always a very helpful service, and something I think that you and the whole staff here prides ourselves on, is the customer service.
I love dealing with the public, and I love helping them. And it's just been such a pleasure to be here, and I've seen all sorts of things, different situations, deaths, dealing with a home that is empty, it's gone back to the bank for financial reasons or divorces. And so you kind of become a part of that person's life. And later on down the road, you would be surprised at how many people will call and thank you. Once things settle down in their life, they'll call back and say, thank you so much for all your help. You really helped me with this situation. And it's nice.
I think that's because you go above and beyond.
Well, I try.
The services that are needed. And I think that's where you see all the bonds that you've created with so many residents.
I have, and there's a lot of them. I've seen, I call my old folks, they've passed away through the years, and I miss them. I mean, there's some fond memories, but yeah, there's still some that come in. We get to talk about how we did our gardens years ago, and the weather, and grandchildren, and stuff like that.
Well, give us a little bit of background, because you are originally from Franklin, right?
Yes. Yes, and I have 2 children, I have 4 grandchildren, and there was a time in my life when I remarried and bought a farm in Indiana, so I lived out there 30 years, but I commuted back and forth.
She commuted an hour and a half
each way.
Every day.
Every day, because I loved my job. I loved my job here, and I loved my farm. So, but it was time to sell, so about 3 years ago I sold, moved back up in the area, and to be closer to the family and grandkids. So.
And that's what you're going to be doing in retirement. You're going to be spending more time with
I will
kids,
be
right?
spending more time with family, and I will be babysitting 2 of my grandchildren.
And over the course of your career, you've worked for 5 city managers, right?
5 city managers, yes.
And 2 mayors.
2 mayors.
And then just numerous employees who absolutely adore you.
Yeah, there was a lot that I hated. A couple of them passed away, but there were many that came and went, and I miss them. But it was an opportunity for them to go on other places, and I hated to see them go, but it was a good thing.
So you have 1 week left. Exactly, 1 week from today.
Yes.
What do you think it's going to be like when you wake up?
August 1st?
Yeah.
I don't know, because I love it here, and if it wasn't for babysitting my grandson, I would not retire. But I'm going to miss it. I'm going to miss the staff and the residents, and just having that connection to talk to people and them call and I have this situation, can you help me? Well, maybe I can't, but here's the person that can. And I will miss that, but it's time to step aside. We've got 2 down there now that are just awesome. They'll do a great job.
And you've been training.
Yes, they'll pick up where I left. Yeah. Completely trained in Melody, and Mark Duvall's worked here for years, so all he had to do was learn the billing side, so they're great. They will pick up where I left off, and they're very helpful.
What's your favorite part of Springboro?
My favorite part, I don't have a favorite, I love it all.
You love it all.
I love it all, I do. I've watched it grow, and it went from this small town, tiny small town, to what it is today, but yet it still has that small town feel. You can go down the old part of town. Or we have Casey Jane Park now, you know, so it's up to date, it's modern. We're still doing the corner down here, Wright Station, but yet it's that small field. You can go to North Park and walk and pass your neighbor. Take your dogs, you know, we have doggy days, and it's just, it isn't that big town feel where you don't know anybody. You're alone.
I think a lot of that's because the staff here really reaches out and connects with residents.
Well, we have so many things that the city does to bring people in, like our concerts in the park. It brings all the neighbors in. You know, it brings people from out of town in, so they get a taste of what Springboro's about.
Well, you certainly are a lot of what Springboro is about. 28 years.
Yeah.
We wish you all the best in your retirement.
Thank
I know
you.
you're going to be around.
Oh, I'll be around.
Yeah.
They can't get rid of me that easy. I'll still be in and visit.
Any special memory or message that you'd like to share?
No, I can't think of it. Just that I will miss everybody.
Yeah,
and I will be in to say hi. I'll miss my residents. I'll miss the customers, the connections I had. But
well, and I know they'll miss you because every day, 2 or 3, Dee, I heard you're retiring. Dee, I heard you're leaving. And so I know you've made that connection. So on behalf of all of the residents and our city, thank you for the service that you've done.
Thank you.
You have certainly made a difference here in Springboro.
Thank you. It's good to hear.
Yeah, all the best to you.
Thank you.
Thanks for watching. For more information, you can always visit our website at ci.springboro.oh.us. We'll see you next time.